Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Wednesday night loving kindness meditation. My name is Alex. It is wonderful to be here with you, even though we only have a couple of people signed on. I know why. They have the presidential address going on. I was watching it myself, so it's okay. Whomever is watching it later can just watch it later. That's all right. I think we do as we do at the beginning of every class. I just tell me hello. You can use the chat box. If you're new, tell me hello and tell me where you're from. I would love to know if you're new, or if you're not, I just like you to say hi. It's good to feel engaged. So, yeah, we like that. So go ahead and just say hi. Um, I Now we have 5 people, which is actually kind of surprising me a little bit. That's okay. I love it. And so we are going to do a little loving kindness meditation tonight. And I apologize, I wasn't here last week. Last Tuesday, I had my second COVID shot. And so Wednesday, I was just tired. And I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm too tired. And so I didn't. So I just kind of took care of myself and just had a nice, very quiet evening. So hello, Jess. Wonderful to see you. And hello, Jeremy and Jen and Meatball. Love it. Thank you, guys. Good to see you guys again. So I know there's some other people here. Feel free to say hi. I would love to hear from you. So we're going to do, again, like I said, a little loving kindness meditation. And I'm in a good mood. I'm just in a good mood. We're going to do a loving kindness meditation, and then we're going to have maybe some question and answer. Maybe I'll talk a little bit, which I could do. That's not a problem. I'm always happy to do that. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. So the word, I don't know if there are any new people here, but if there are any new people here, here's my little spiel on loving kindness. And this comes from the word that we're talking about comes from the ancient Pali language, and Pali is the language we think is pretty close to what the historical Buddha spoke. And this word is called metta, M-E-T-T-A. And this word metta is a wonderfully rich word, so rich that, when translated into English 2,500 years later, has several meanings. It could mean loving kindness, unconditional friendliness, simple goodwill, and it's just a wish to be happy. A wish for ourselves to be happy, a wish for others to be happy, and more than that, it's a wish for ourselves and others to do the things that cause happiness, right? To do the things that cause happiness. And so what causes happiness? Well, our positive thoughts, words, and actions. The motto of the Dharma Bum Temple is think good thoughts, speak good words, do good deeds. That's what we do. Think good thoughts, speak good words, do good deeds. Those lead to happiness, right? And so we try to think about this as we relate to loving kindness and actually what that means. Hello, Eric. Yes, welcome to the vaccinated club. Yeah, right on. For those of you who haven't gotten vaccinated, I highly advise that you do. These vaccines are safe and effective. The data that's come out has shown incredible safety and effectiveness. So, although if you have any concerns, absolutely ask your healthcare professional. You have the right to do that. You have the right to know everything you want to know before you make a choice like this. Okay. All right. Who else do we have here tonight? I know it's more than just you three. Oh, that's okay. You can say hi later. That's fine. So let's do this, guys. Let's have our wonderful meditation on loving kindness. If you are new, and excuse me while I just kind of like change things around a little bit and move my computer, etc. All right. So if you don't know what we're going to do, we're going to have a meditation on loving kindness, and I'm going to guide it. So if you're worried about what to do, what to say, what to think, what to whatever, don't worry about that. I'm going to kind of guide you on everything. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to get into our meditation position. Now I'm seated in a chair, and so I have my legs, my feet flat on the floor with my legs just a few inches apart. My back is nice and straight. My hands are just kind of on my lap, but you can put them on my lap or on my legs. Either way is fine. Again, the back is straight, the head is nice and straight. Maybe tucking the chin under just a little bit, extending the spine. And the eyes, you know what? The eyes can be open, the eyes can be closed, the eyes can be half closed. And so I want you to find something that's really going to work for you. In the West, it's just easier to close my eyes. I close my eyes. It's just easier that way. And that's fine. You can certainly do that. And so what we really want to do is kind of develop this attitude of no struggle. Guys, we have so much struggle going on in our lives right now, so much suffering, so much stress, so much pain, so much, things that are just kind of stressing us out and making us unhappy. And a lot of times the tendency is for us to kind of bring that into meditation when we come into meditation. And what we want to do is just let it go and just drop it as much as we can. Everyone's going to be different. Not everyone's going to be able to do this, but just as much as you can, at least give yourself permission just to drop it, just for a little bit, just for the period of this meditation. And if you want to pick that back up later, that's fine. You can do that. But for now, just kind of let all that stuff go as much as you can. We'll develop this attitude of no struggle. We're not going to struggle with anything you hear from me. Just allow my words just to kind of wash over you. And just kind of follow the instructions as best you can. You don't have to be perfect in any way. That's not what this is about. And just listen to my instructions. Okay, so we're going to spend the first couple of minutes just getting connected to the breath, maybe the first 5 minutes-ish, and then we're going to go ahead into this meditation on loving kindness. Okay? All right, so let's go do this. Are we all in our meditation position? Let me get my handy dandy timer ready. There we go. And here we go. Now just allow your eyes to close. And again, making sure you have that position, that seated position that's nice and comfortable for you, nice and sustainable, so you're not likely to move around too much. So at first, let's start just to pay a gentle attention to the breath. And you can focus your breath at the base of the nostrils, feeling the air go in, feeling the air go out. If you have any area of tension, so maybe your chest has tension, you can put your attention there. And as you breathe in and as you breathe out, try to feel the energy of the breath going into the chest or into whatever part of the body is feeling any tension. And see if you can loosen that up a little bit. Because it's not really about the breath going in and going out. It's about the energy of the breath coming in and coming out. And where do we need to feel that energy to relax the body? So let's just take a deep breath all the way in and all the way out. Not forcing the breath, letting the breath be quite easy and quite natural. And when we sit like a Buddha. And you can even imagine yourself as the Buddha or as a Buddha sitting underneath your own Bodhi tree of enlightenment. And it could be any kind of tree you want. The Buddha had his own tree, and you, as a Buddha, can have your own tree. You can have the eucalyptus tree of enlightenment. You can have the mighty oak tree of enlightenment. And you sit like the Buddha or a Buddha, upright, dignified, ready for the task at hand. This wonderful practice of metta, loving kindness, unconditional friendliness, and goodwill. So just for the next couple of minutes, just rest as gently as you can in the sensations of the breath. So to begin our practice of loving kindness, we're first going to choose a benefactor. And a benefactor is anyone who has shown you great love and great kindness at any point during your life. Someone it's really easy to kind of have these warm and wonderful feelings of loving kindness for. You just think of this person and you think about all the ways in which they have been of great, incredible benefit to you, where they've shown you this love and this kindness. And your heart automatically gets bigger and you start to smile. And you picture them in your mind's eye. And so the only thing that you have to do as you think about loving kindness for and wishing loving kindness for your benefactor, the only thing you have to do is radiate loving kindness to them in however you understand that word. I like to picture a beam of loving kindness going from my heart to theirs. And maybe sometimes it's vibrating and it's a kind of warm. But however you understand the word radiate, you can just do that. That's okay. Wishing in gladness and in safety, may you be at ease. May you be happy. It's also helpful to smile once you do this. So for the next few moments, we'll do this practice of loving kindness and wishing loving kindness for our benefactor or benefactors. It could be more than one. And now shifting our focus just a little from doing this practice for our benefactor to now imagining our benefactor or benefactors doing this practice for us. And again, you can picture these benefactors in your mind's eye, and they can be smiling down at you, and they'll, shooting their own beam of loving kindness from their heart to yours, or they're radiating loving kindness, and however you understand that word, right to you. And your only job is to receive all of their loving kindness, receive all of their good intentions for you. And if you feel any tension anywhere, any part of your heart that says, no, I can't do it, I can't take this all in, that's okay. Don't push it away. Just as much as you can, breathe into that resistance. And with the breath, send the energy into that part of your heart or that part of your body that's encountering any resistance from taking all this loving kindness in from your benefactors. They're your benefactors for a reason because they've shown you great love and great kindness already. So show their kindness of your own by accepting all of it as much as you can. And of course, smiling helps, as always. And so we'll do this for the next few moments. And now, probably the most important part of this meditation is now we can do this practice of loving kindness for ourselves. And you can either repeat phrases of loving kindness for yourself, phrases like, may I be happy, may I be safe from inner and outer danger, may I be well in body and mind, may I be at peace and live at ease in this world. Or you can just direct that, radiate loving kindness back onto your own heart, or you could just radiate it out of your heart, or however it's going to work best for you. And take all of this loving kindness, take it all in. And if you feel any resistance, do the same thing as you did before. Just breathe into it. Find the place of that resistance and send all the energy of the breath there. Gently soften that resistance if you can. If not, don't worry about it. And of course, smiling always helps. So for the next few moments, let's do this practice of loving kindness for ourselves. And finally, we can explore the unlimited quality of the heart by doing this practice for all beings in all directions. Whatever living being there may be, wherever they are, we can extend and use this limitless quality of the heart to extend loving kindness, unconditional friendliness, or goodwill, however you want to relate to it, to all beings in all directions. And just radiate as far out as you can go. And so we'll do that to end our practice. And just open your eyes when you're ready. Feel free to stretch as you stretch your arms and your legs while keeping that mindfulness of loving kindness about you. And then just stay this way for about 45 seconds and then begin. Okay. So that was our meditation. Um, good for me. I've been doing this for a while, and I, enjoy doing it every time. But it might be different for you. And so, as I say every time, I'm always interested to know what your experience of meditation is like. Were any part of the instructions harder or easier? Was there part of the instructions you didn't understand or have questions on? Uh, what was your experience in this particular meditation? You know, or questions about your experience. Those are also really helpful things, and so you can ask those questions and or think about those questions while I'll talk just a little bit. Um, one of the things, it was a very bittersweet week. Overall, I'm happy that I got vaccinated and got my second shot, and I've been harping a lot on that. And but one of the things that and I'm sure you've seen this too, that happened this week was, even though we're doing well, comparatively speaking, case rates are going down. Just yesterday in San Diego, we did like 27,000 COVID tests and only 136 came back positive. That's like 0.59% positivity rate for that day. So excellent news. Excellent news. So wonderful. And I'm so happy, about that, really good news. And then we hear about all of the issues that other people are having. India was doing kind of fine for a while, and then I think it was last week, the week before, something like that. They have this um, Kumbh Mela, and the Kumbh Mela is like this big religious festival that they have every 12 years. So every 12 years they have this, and on year 12, the 12th year, that the year that they're going to have it just happened to coincide with COVID. And so, you know, it's like Lollapalooza, or what's that one in the desert area, Coachella, like times like 1,000 or 100. I mean, it's just gigantic. The number of people who participate in this, and now, they're struggling. They have a healthcare system that was broken to begin with. It wasn't good. It wasn't great to begin with. They're running out of oxygen, or ran out of oxygen. What they show in the news is just the hospitals, and the hospitals is the rich hospitals, the hospitals that the wealthy people go to. But the other hospitals are even so much worse off. And hundreds of thousands of cases a day, and thousands of deaths per day. So much worse than we ever had it. And then, here we are thinking we're so great and everything's wonderful for us, and things are not so great all over the world. It's horrible for them. It's terrible. And so again, a very bittersweet week, and my heart really goes out to them as a people. And I've been thinking about that a lot. And, some of it has been, a little bit, feeling selfish because I was so concerned about how we're doing here in California and how we're doing in the United States, getting people vaccinated and healthy and opening things back up and kind of returning to whatever normal is going to be once that happens. I don't know. Um, and just thinking a lot about that. And here now is this other country that has 1.3 billion people, and it's just horrible for them, worse than we ever had it, probably worse than anyone's had it, to be honest. And so my heart really goes out to them. And it's one of the things I probably should have said when we did the meditation for all beings in all directions is, hey, can we spare a few thoughts for what's going on in India right now? And so I want you to think about that, as you're able to. I know you have things going on, and that's okay. But if you can spare a thought for them and some loving kindness for them, that would be wonderful. That would be wonderful. So I'm grateful that we're trying to do our best as a country to help them out too. So more going on there. So I was thinking a lot about that recently, and how it really, it's so easy to get caught up in ourselves and our own wants and our own needs, even if it's like the collective want, like the smaller collective wants and needs and things like that, and just kind of not even paying attention to what else is going on in the world. But it's been an interesting experience, for me for sure. So I want to talk a little bit about that, and so I think that's a good practice or a good use of our loving kindness if we can spare a few thoughts for them. So all I kind of really wanted to say right now. So all right, you guys. No one has said anything. No one has asked any questions. So I'm just gonna be quiet for just like a minute. I'll give you time to think of something, and we'll have a nice, lively conversation, hopefully. I was just listening to you, not thinking of questions. That's okay. Um, so and another thing I was thinking about as well too, and I can keep on talking. It's okay. I don't want to put any undue pressure on you guys to do any of that. So one of the other things I was thinking about is, you know, how do we express our loving kindness, not necessarily individually, but as an organization, as the DBT, the Dharma Bum Temple. Um, I'm not too clear on everything, and Eric usually is, so you can help me out, Eric. I know where there was a Supreme Court case that basically said, it was brought by a lot of the California pastors and some religious people that really wanted to have um, indoor services, and they took their case all the way to the Supreme Court, and they won. And the Supreme Court of the U.S. says, no, you have to allow them to have services. And so the next Sunday, I think it was last Sunday or the one before, I can't remember, we saw these services in these churches where like no one's wearing a mask, where two people are wearing a mask out of hundreds or thousands. And um, and you know, even my local kind of new age, whatever you call it, new thought, whatever you call it, church. It's called like Seaside Center for Spiritual Living. I've seen some concerts there and stuff. Um, Even they put out an email that said, "Hey, come on in. There's no restrictions, and let's worship and do all these things and have services." And I cannot even begin to tell you how pissed off I got about that. Just pissed off for a lot of the people who are going to get sick. It's not over as well as we're doing, and I'm glad that we're doing really, really well. It's not over. And there are organizations and churches or religious organizations that are saying, nope, not yet, not quite yet. We're not there yet. And I'm really grateful to them. And I'm really grateful to the Dharma Bum Temple. And I'm grateful to Jeff for just saying, nope, not yet. It's not safe. Our vaccination rate is too low. It's indoors. Even if we, opened all the windows and things like that and made it better, I mean, you're still sitting inside, and we don't want to risk it. We don't want to harm anybody. This is a practice of non-harming, and so we want to be as non-harming as possible. And so no, we're not going to do that. And I don't know when we are going to do that, but hopefully things will go down. And so we're doing it just because we're trying to think of all people. We don't want people to spread anything to anybody else. We're just getting to this really wonderful place. We want to keep it up as much as possible. And so I'm really grateful to those organizations and those churches, religious organization, whomever they might be, that says, nope, we're just going to stay closed for now and keep on doing what we're doing, or doing something really limited. And so I'm just really grateful for that. I'm grateful that we're doing what we're doing. And I haven't even talked to Jeff about this, but because I don't really. It's weird, I live up here, so I don't really talk to him that much anymore ever since I left the temple. So Jeremy says, this isn't a question, but something I've been thinking about to help with how burnt out I'm feeling, is a quote I saw a few weeks ago. It says, "Remember when you wanted to have right now? Remember when you wanted what you have right now?" Yeah. Gratitude. Yeah, absolutely, Jeremy. Thank you. It's wonderful. Yeah. So Eric said, just shows me how many people actually need to be told what to do as opposed to using wise judgment. Yeah. Yeah, it's like I just want to go to church and I want to go do that. I don't care if I'm spreading, you know, potentially spreading COVID to other people, or I might be vaccinated, but others aren't, or, whatever that might be. And, it's only in San Diego County, only like, what's our vaccination? Our full vaccination, like 37%, 37.6%, something like that. That's not a lot. We need double that for herd immunity. So we're doing great, but we need to keep it up as much as possible. And that's the reason we're trying to cause as less harm as possible. Buddhism is a religion or a faith, or however you want to look at it, or a practice of non-harming. We don't want to harm anybody. And so that's our practice of non-harming, is staying closed and protecting everyone as much as humanly possible. And for a lot of the other organizations, it's sad to see. And I have a lot stronger thoughts than that, that I won't share here. but there's some thoughts. I got some thoughts, but I'll leave that alone. Yeah, but I'm glad we're doing what we're doing again. Okay. And the disappointment, Eric, is makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. I wish we could open too. That'd be awesome. I'd love nothing more than to, drive down to the temple and kind of sit in front of you guys and just have class in front of you, just sitting in front of you and just talking to you and seeing your faces and, sharing in the joy of being together again. And I look forward to that because it's going to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. And we're keeping a close eye. I keep a very close eye on everything that's going on. So um, there's a I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. I don't know when it's going to happen, and that's just what it is. Are you using Meta to reduce your frustration or anger with these organizations and people? Um, what I'm using Meta for is myself. I'm using Meta for um, all beings, and I'm trying to phrase exactly. I'm trying to like find the right word that I'm looking for, and I can't really do it right now. But I'm doing Meta for those, but I'm trying to leave the disappointment out of it and the anger out of it because that's not really helping very much, you know. Because I know people just want to be together and you know to be with each other because we're tribal people. We need each other. We absolutely need each other. And so in one hand, I understand it. On the other hand, that's not harm reduction, or is actually causing harm. And for all the good that we're doing, I don't want all these surges to keep popping up. So and ruin it for everybody because it's supposed to be what, June 15th. June 15th is 6 weeks away. A little over that. Where we're supposed to open everything up. So let's hope it keeps on going in the right direction. But I guess maybe to your point, Eric, I'm not doing it specifically for organizations. I'm just doing it for people. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we got 4 minutes. We got time for like maybe one more question, comment. Any frustration that you have is okay too. Just want to blurt it out. I don't care. It doesn't matter. We got a few minutes left. We're not going to be doing this forever. So there's a means to an end. And that's kind of the way that I look at it. And that it's not permanent. Nothing's Nothing conditioned is permanent. And all of this is just conditioned stuff. Right. It's okay. You don't have to say anything. To be perfectly honest, I'm surprised there's like 5 people on the thing right now, and I'm surprised there are that many because they have this this presidential speech. So um, I'm surprised there's this many. So Eric goes, I know, but I use it partially as a tool to be more accepting of those that annoy me. Yeah, absolutely. It's a great thing to do. I just focus a lot on kind of people in general instead of organizations. So do what you do is do what you're gonna do what works for you and makes comfortable. That's the great thing about this practice, that you can experiment and you do what works for you. Okay. Thank you guys. This has been awesome. I really appreciate it. Again, this is the Dharma Bum Temple um, online class. We're just a small temple dedicated to the study and practice of Buddhism. Um, there are many schools of Buddhism. We don't advocate any one kind. My only aspiration for you, my only wish for you is that you're happy, right? And that you find happy and you find your own truth, not somebody else's truth, and that you do these practices and come to your own understanding. Let's run our palms together at our hearts, please. And may the benefits of this meditation, this discussion, be received by all beings. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings be at peace. May all beings be joyful and at ease. May all beings be happy. May all beings be loved and seen for the beautiful, radiant beings that they are. Thank you for coming. It's been wonderful to have you here at this meditation class, this loving kindness meditation class and discussion. I love all of you. Have a wonderful week, and we will see you next time. Bye now.